Nisai Global School is the first fully interactive online British secondary school that delivers quality-assured home education for pupils aged 8 to 18 globally. Nisai Global School offers a complete pathway of education online. We provide everything that you would expect to find in a traditional school, from subject lessons, homework and assignments, to houses, clubs, and even end-of-term reports. Being recognized as an international school, the curriculum of Nisai Global School is adapted from the Nisai Virtual Academy, with subjects from Cambridge International Curriculum and Pearson International Curriculum, leading to Cambridge IGCSE, Pearson Edexcel International GCSE, and A-level qualifications.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's event, Presentation 101 Workshop, Build Confidence with Essential Skills. My name is Rosa and it's my pleasure to be your host today. Before we begin, here's a quick guide on how to enable subtitles or automatic translation. You should see the instruction on your screen now. We are pleased to offer Vietnamese, Thai, Tagalog, Bahasa, and Japanese language support to help make the experience more accessible. If you are having any difficulties with the subtitles or translation function, please let us know in the Zoom chat and our team will help you immediately. Thank you. Now that we are all set, let's begin. Dear parents and students, at Nisai Global School, we believe that education is not only about transmitting academic knowledge, but also about equipping students with the essential soft skills they need to confidently integrate into the global landscape, especially in today's rapidly changing world. Presentation skills are truly the key that unlocks doors to future success. And to help you to explore this comprehensive education model, as well as to unlock the secrets to effective presentation, I am absolutely delighted to introduce the distinguished guest speaker joining us today. Ms. Leslie Laws, Head of Teaching and Learning from Nisai Learning UK. Ms. Datil Redwadarot, Senior Subject Lead for Social and Business Study from Nisai Global School. And here are what you can expect from our today's workshop. Part 1, Nisai Mission, Integrating Academics with Soft Skills in a Changing Global Landscape. Part 2, Voice Power Demo, Key Elements for a Clear and Confident Speaking. Part 3, Hear from our student. And Part 4, Q&A section. And without further ado, please welcome Ms. Leslie Laws, the Head of Teaching and Learning from Nisai Learning UK. She will be taking us through two key parts of her presentation. First one is about Nisai Mission, focusing on our holistic education model. And second, an exploration of trends highlighting the growing importance of presentation skill in today's world. Ms. Leslie, we are ready for you.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my screen okay? Wonderful. So hello, ladies and gentlemen, parents and students. I'm truly privileged to be here today to share a little bit about who we are and what drives us. So at the heart of our organisation is a simple but powerful ethos. Every learner matters. We're deeply committed to supporting each student as an individual, tailoring our approach to their unique needs, strengths and goals. Our focus is always on the student, not just helping them succeed academically, but also nurturing their confidence, independence and lifelong skills. We believe education should be inclusive, supportive and empowering, preparing young people not only for exams, but for the challenges and opportunities they will face through their lives. Today, I'm pleased to share information about the Presentation Skills course, which truly reflects these core values. This course is carefully designed to develop students' communication skills, skills that will not only support their success in school, but will also serve them well in further education, their careers, and everyday life. I will also be explaining how we support our learners every step of the way, ensuring that they thrive not just in this course, but beyond it. And I look forward to sharing more about how we help students build these vital skills in a supportive, student-focused environment. So our mission is simple but powerful. We're dedicated to equipping both traditional and non-traditional learners with skills and confidence they need to thrive in today's world. We do this through innovation, education, constantly seeking new and effective ways to teach, and by actively working to influence positive changes within educational institutions. Our vision stretches even further. We aim to transform education on a global scale with the ultimate goal of eliminating social injustice. We believe education is one of the most powerful tools for creating a fairer, more equitable society. And we're committed to playing our part in that transformation. And at the heart of everything we do are our core values. We strive for excellence in all areas, ensuring the highest standards of teaching and learning. We're deeply committed to inclusion, making sure every learner has access to opportunities. We operate with integrity, being honest and ethical in all of our actions. We hold ambition for our learners and ourselves, always aiming higher. We show empathy by understanding and valuing the experiences of others. And finally, we're flexible, adapting to meet the needs of our learners and the changing world around us. And together, these values guide our mission and vision, shaping the positive impact we want to make through education. Nisai has got a rich history and strong track record of making a positive difference in education. We were founded in 1996 by our CEO, Dhruv Patel, making us pioneers in the field of online and distance learning. At the time when this approach was still new, we recognised the potential to reach learners who might not have access to traditional education settings. Our board of governors brings together over 120 years of combined experience in the education sector, and their expertise helps to guide our strategic direction and ensures we maintain high standards. We're also proud to be an approved Cambridge International and Pearson online school, reflecting our commitment to delivering and recognised and respected qualifications. With 10 offices worldwide, we support both local and international education, allowing us to serve a diverse community of learners. Currently, we have students from more than 30 countries enrolled across our programmes, highlighting the global reach and appeal of our approach. And together, our history and impact demonstrates a long-standing dedication to innovation, quality and inclusivity of education. We're also proud to hold several important recognitions that highlight our commitment to quality, inclusion and innovation in education. First of all, we are a DFE Section 41 approved. That means that we can be named as a provider on an education, health and care plan for young people aged 16 to 25 in the UK. And this status recognises the quality and appropriateness of our provision for learners within additional needs. We've also been awarded the IQM Centre of Excellence, which is a very prestigious recognition given for outstanding inclusive education. This award reflects our dedication to creating a truly welcoming and supportive learning environment where all learners can thrive. Our work has been featured in the Good Schools Guide, where we are praised for our quality and innovation, and the guide describes us as providing a beacon of hope to families whose children, most with SEND, have often given up hope for education. This is a powerful testament to the impact that we have on our learners and their families. And more recently, we received the IFPI Global Inclusion Award, which recognises our outstanding contributions to promoting inclusion of a global level. And this award highlights the difference we make beyond our immediate community as leaders in inclusive education. And together, these recognitions demonstrate ongoing commitment to excellence and ensuring every learner has access to the education they deserve. So, as I said, at the heart of what we do is making sure learning works for every single student, no matter who they are or what their needs might be. And we support a wide range of learners, whether your child has got special educational needs or a disability, or identified as gifted and talented. We make sure that they get the right support and help them to shine. For families who choose to homeschool, we offer flexible programs that fit around your schedule, giving your child structure and guidance whilst also respecting their individuality. We also understand that some students have found it hard to engage in traditional schools. Maybe that's because they felt overwhelmed or perhaps they've lost confidence. And we're here to support those learners too, helping them feel motivated and excited about learning again. We take great care to support vulnerable young people, recognising extra challenges they might face and providing the kind of personalised care that makes all the difference. And for children who are missing from education, maybe because of where they live or perhaps other circumstances, our flexible approach means education is still accessible. So whether they're in a remote location or unable to attend a mainstream school, we make sure that learning can happen. And our goal is simple: to create a supportive, welcoming environment where every student feels valued, understood, and able to succeed however they learn best. So since we began in 1996, Nisai has proudly taught over 25,000 students across more than 30 different countries. And what makes us truly unique is our student-centered supportive approach. We don't believe in a one-size-fits-all education. Instead, we tailor our teaching to meet each learner's individual needs, their strengths and their goals. And our experienced team works very closely with students to provide personalised support, whether that's through adapting lessons, using assistive technologies, or offering flexible learning options. This approach ensures that every student feels valued, supported, and empowered to succeed, no matter their background or circumstances. It's clear that this combination of global reach and personalised care really sets us apart. So, at the heart of our provision is a commitment to creating an inclusive, supportive learning environment that creates and enables all students to thrive. We recognise our learners have a wide range of needs, and our approach is designed to be flexible, personalised, and responsive. We start with expert teaching. Our staff are experienced, send aware, and skilled to adapt in their practices to support a wide range of learning profiles. Our lessons are taught in small groups, no more than 15 students, which allows for more individual attention and a calm, focused classroom environment. Sessions are short and purposeful, and all learners are grouped by ability to ensure that the pace and level are appropriate for everyone. Importantly, all of our lessons are quality assured, and that means that they're regularly reviewed to ensure that they meet our high standards for content delivery, accessibility, and also student outcomes. We take pride in offering consistent, excellent teaching across all subjects. Our team includes specialist staff with deep knowledge of inclusive strategies, differentiation, and working with students who have got specific learning difficulties. And that ensures our teaching is accessible and tailored, not just a one size fits all. We're also supported by our CAS team, our student and family support service, who play a crucial role in offering both academic and pastoral support. And they work closely with families and students to build routines, manage challenges, and ensure that every learner feels supported and understood. Our inclusive learning environment is built on flexibility. Students can engage in ways that suit their needs, whether that's through flexible participation, revisiting recorded lessons, or accessing personalised materials tailored to their learning style. We also want to remove as many practical barriers as possible, and that's why there's no need for our learners to purchase any textbooks. We provide all learning notes and resources, so students always have what they need to succeed without any extra financial burden on families. And in addition, we use assistive technologies to support literacy, communication, and access to learning. And these tools help students build independence and confidence, particularly those who may find reading, writing, or verbal expression more challenging. For students who possibly have speech or communication needs, we offer a range of argumentative and alternative communication methods, ensuring that every student has got a way to express themselves and fully participate in learning. In summary, our model is built to ensure that all learners, regardless of their starting point, feel valued, understood, and equipped to succeed, both in the classroom and beyond. So, as I mentioned, at the core of our approach is a simple but powerful belief: every learner matters. Everything we do is centered around meeting the needs of each individual student, not just academically, but in terms of their well-being, personal development, and future aspirations. We're guided by the principles of every child matters, which means we don't just focus on outcomes, we also prioritize safety, health, emotional well-being, and also helping students make a positive contribution to their communities and futures. To support this, we offer comprehensive SEND support along with strong emphasis on differentiated and personalised learning. This ensures that every learner, regardless of background or ability, is given the tools and encouragement they need to succeed. We've also built an inclusive online learning community where students feel connected, supported, and heard. Whether they learn something in person or remotely, they're part of something and they know that they belong. And finally, we're also always thinking ahead. We provide clear pathways into further education, training, and employment. So students not only thrive with us now, but they're also well prepared for the next steps of their journey. Our aim is to create an environment where every learner is valued, supported, and empowered to reach their full potential. So at Nisai, we deliver an international curriculum built on the UK National Curriculum for England, but tailored to meet the needs of a diverse global student community. And this allows us to maintain academic consistency while giving students the flexibility to learn in a way that suits them, wherever they are in the world. We support all students from pre-law secondary all the way through to A levels, offering a clear, structured academic journey. And our curriculum includes a wide range of subjects, core academic subjects like English, both first and second language, maths, additional maths, and sciences. We also have humanities, social sciences, economics, sociology, and we have a strong focus on enrichment and global themes, such as in the presentation skills, sustainability projects, CEFR English, and our young international leaders and vocational skills programs like NHelp and Passport to Work. We also offer additional support programs such as units of sound and WordQ for extra literacy and learning support. All of our qualifications, IGCSEs and A levels, are internationally recognised and accepted by universities and colleges worldwide. This offers portability for families who relocate, flexibility to pursue academic or vocational routes, a consistent, high quality pathway to further education, and we go beyond academic content to focus on developing key life skills, including critical thinking and problem solving, digital fluency and independent learning, research, creativity, and communication. And these are all embedded throughout our curriculum, so students leave with more than just qualifications, they leave with confidence and capability. We help students connect to the wider world by making cross curricular links across subjects, like, for example, combining science with geography or English with sociology. We embed UNESCO's Sustainable Development Goals into lessons and projects, helping students explore themes like climate change, equality, mental health, and ethical innovation. And this approach develops not just knowledge, but empathy, awareness, and also a global perspective. From lower secondary to A levels, our curriculum is designed to adapt each children's needs and aspirations with ongoing assessment, personalised feedback, and strong pastoral care. We ensure every learner is supported, encouraged, and set up to succeed. So, whether your child is academically advanced, perhaps needs extra support, or just simply thrives in a more flexible setting, Nisai offers a high quality, inclusive education rooted in tradition and shaped by global vision. It's always incredibly rewarding to hear from the families and students we've supported because their experiences truly reflect the heart of what we do. One parent shared, "My son studied for 4 years with Nisai, and from IGCSEs through his A levels, they were some of our most enjoyable years of schooling." That sense of enjoyment and engagement is exactly what we aim to create, not just academic success, but a genuine positive learning experience. Another family told us that Nisai had been a brilliant alternative education provider when our son was too ill to attend a mainstream school. Nisai always supported us as parents too. Our son was able to achieve the qualifications he needed to move on and go to college. It was absolutely brilliant to watch him achieve with so much help of Nisai. Thank you. We will always be grateful for the whole staff team at Nisai for their care and support. And we know that behind every learner is a family, often facing difficult circumstances, so our support extends to parents and carers as well, helping them feel informed, reassured, and part of that journey. These stories speak volumes, and they're not just isolated. Our families consistently share positive feedback, and we're proud to have a 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, which reflects our commitment to student wellbeing, flexible education, and quality teaching. At the end of the day, it's not just about results, it's about helping young people thrive, whatever their path. And it's not just families who recognise the impact of our work. External professionals and partners have consistently praised the way that we support our learners and uphold high standards. One of our proudest endorsements came from the Inclusion Quality Mark (IQM) evaluation, which described us as a setting of hope and aspiration, an organisation dedicated to developing and enhancing inclusive practice. Staff at Nisai have their learners at the centre of all they do, and that's exactly how we see ourselves, as a place where every learner is supported, understood, and given the opportunity to thrive. We were also featured in the Good School Guide, who said both innovation and inclusive, this professionally run, no pressure online school provides a beacon of hope to families whose children have often given hope of any education, a place where differences are celebrated, staff are happy, and well-being is at the heart of everything they do. That sense of being recognised and supported is something we work hard to ensure every student and family experiences. And recently, from a school improvement partner, we were commended for our leadership, with the feedback leadership and management at Nisai are outstanding, a visionary, pupil-centred team, turning strategy into practice, driving continuous improvement and fostering an inclusive culture where every learner can thrive. These words reflect our mission to combine strategic excellence with genuine care by being committed to equipping both traditional and non-traditional learners with the skills that they need to thrive through innovative education and by influencing positive institutional change, which ensures that every student, regardless of background or need, has access to high quality and inclusive education. So, as I've mentioned throughout this presentation, one of our core aims at Nisai is to prepare students not just to succeed in school, but to thrive at university or in the workplace and in life. So we do this through a range of academic and enrichment programs that build not only knowledge but also key skills like confidence, communication, independence, and adaptability. One of the standout programs that really reflects this approach is our presentation skills course, and that's what I'd like to talk about next. This course has been developed specifically to help students strengthen their communication skills, build their confidence when speaking in front of others, and express their ideas clearly, all of which are essential in higher education, employment, and everyday life. Let's take a closer look at how the course works and how it supports our learners. So the course was designed in direct response to something we were consistently seeing. While many students are knowledgeable and full of potential, they often lack confidence or technique to express themselves clearly and effectively. For some, standing up and speaking in front of others can be a real challenge. For others, it's simply a skill they haven't had the opportunity to develop yet. What we aim to do with this course is simple but powerful. We want to help students build confidence, find their voice, and develop communication skills that will benefit them not just in school, but throughout their lives. Whether they're presenting a science project, taking part in a class debate, applying for college or an apprenticeship, or eventually even attending job interviews, the ability to speak clearly and with purpose is key. And over the next few slides, I'll explain what the course involves and why it's such a valuable skill to invest in and how it supports both academic progress and personal growth. At school, we often focus on subject knowledge, and rightly so, but one of the most valuable transferable skills a student can have is to develop the ability to communicate clearly and confidently. We created this course after identifying a growing need among our students. Many young people struggle with speaking in front of others, whether that's reading aloud in class, giving a group presentation, or simply contributing their idea during a discussion. This just isn't just about confidence, it's about also being equipped with the tools and techniques to communicate effectively. In today's world, the ability to present yourself well, whether that's in school, at university, or in the workplace, sorry, I apologise. It can make a huge difference. Yet presentation skills aren't something students always get the chance to practice in a structured way. And that's why we've developed this course to provide supportive environment where students can learn these skills step by step, build their confidence and receive constructive feedback along the way. This course helps find their voice and teaches them how to use it. It's not just for assessments or for interviews, but for life. Sorry, I apologise. We've designed the course to be practical, engaging and highly supportive, with a focus on building students' skills gradually and with plenty of encouragement along the way. Students can take part in structured activities that help them become more confident and effective communicators, whether they're speaking to a small group, the whole class, or even in front of an audience. So we cover some key areas like voice control, body language. Students learn how to project their voice clearly, vary their tone. These are often small changes that can make a big impact on how a message is received. Structuring a compelling presentation, we teach students on how to plan to organise their ideas so they can communicate them clearly and confidently. And this includes how to write an engaging introduction, use logical sequencing, and wrap up their talk with a strong conclusion. Using visual aids effectively, whether it's a PowerPoint presentation or it's props or visual clues. We explore how to support spoken content with visuals, and more importantly, not to let slides take over the presentation. Students learn how to use visuals in a way that enhances their message and doesn't distract from it. Handling nerves and building confidence. We know that speaking in front of others can be daunting. So, a big part of the course is helping students manage anxiety and build the self assurance they need to speak up. We include tips and techniques and practice activities to support this. Adapting communication for different audiences, it's important that students learn how to change their language, their tone, and their content depending on who they're speaking to, whether that's their classmates, their teachers, or a formal audience. It's a key skill for real life scenarios like interviews, open days, and public speaking events. Giving and receiving constructive feedback, the course encourages peer to peer feedback in a positive, respectful way. Students learn how to give helpful suggestions to others and how to reflect on their own performance, a vital part of building confidence and improving over time. The aim isn't just to create a perfect public speaker, it's to help students discover their own voice, to grow in confidence and develop practical tools that can carry them in every aspect of their life. The course is built on encouragement, peer support, and real progress. By the end, students are often surprised by how far they've come and proud of what they've achieved. And while this course certainly prepares students for the future, one of the biggest strengths is how it supports them in the here and now, in their everyday learning, across a range of subjects and situations. We know that many students have got brilliant ideas, but they might lack that confidence to share them. They might be hesitant to speak in front of the class, unsure about how to organise their thoughts, or simply worried about making a mistake. The course is designed to give them the tools and encouragement to overcome those barriers in a supportive, low pressure environment. Improved presentation skills can lead to greater classroom participation. When students feel more confident in how they express themselves, they're more likely to contribute and raise their hand to discussions and engage with their learning in a more active and meaningful way. This not only boosts their academic performance, but also gives them a sense of self belief. And their group work is another key area where students often struggle, not necessarily because of lack of understanding, but due to difficulties in communicating their thoughts clearly or confidently. And this course helps them to practice those essential skills in teamwork and communication, giving them a stronger voice in collaborative tasks and helping them to learn how to listen and respond respectfully to others. It also provides practical support for subject specific tasks, like delivering a science presentation, taking part in debates, or completing speaking and listening component of their English. Students learn how to plan and structure what they want to say, how to use visual aids effectively, how to speak with clarity, all of which help them perform better in assessed work. And just as importantly, it nurtures positive personal development, including active listening, empathy, and confidence in navigating conversations with both peers and adults. These are real life skills that benefit them in every aspect of the school life, from asking for help when they need it to sharing ideas in one form or another during enrichment activities. And what we often see is that once a student has the chance to practice in that safe, encouraging place, they start to grow, not just in how they speak, but how they see themselves. And that's one of the most rewarding aspects of this course, watching students realise their voice matters and that they have the ability to use it well. And while the presentation skills course is incredibly useful to students right now, in school and education, what really makes it valuable is its long term impact. The ability to speak clearly, confidently, and effectively is a lifelong skill that extends far beyond the classroom. Let's start with university. Many courses now require students to present their ideas in seminars, pitch research, or take part in projects where speaking and presenting are essential. Strong communication skills often give students a real advantage, not in just how their work is received, but also at how it's assessed. Then there's the world of work. Employees across all sectors, whether it's healthcare, business, engineering, the arts, they consistently rank communication as one of the most important employability skills. Whether students go into apprenticeship, straight onto employment, or into higher education, they'll be expected to speak in meetings, deliver updates, present ideas, or represent their organisation. The earlier they can start developing these skills, the better prepared they'll be. It's also worth remembering that presentation skills build more than just the ability to speak. They foster confidence, clarity of thought, organisation, and ability to adapt your message to different audiences. And these are all skills that contribute to leadership, collaboration, and personal development. We also touch on things like managing nerves, speaking under pressure, and responding to questions, all of which are useful in real life situations like interviews or in everyday professional conversations. So while this course might seem like it's focused on public speaking, it's really about preparing young people to express themselves confidently and appropriately in a wide range of contexts throughout their education, career, and life. So thank you all very much for your time and attention today. It's been a real pleasure to share more about who we are, how we support our learners, and how our presentation skills course can help prepare students for lifelong success. At Nisai, we truly believe in empowering every student to find their voice and feel confident in expressing themselves. And this course is just one example of how we make that happen. So now I'm delighted to hand you back over to my esteemed colleague, Anzira, who will be giving you a demonstration of Satel, who will give you a presentation demonstration of one of our presentation skills lessons and how that looks in action. Thank you once again, and I hope you enjoyed the session.
Thank you so much, Ms. Leslie, for your insightful overview about the Nisai mission as well as the vital role that presentation skill play in modern education. Now I think it's time to shift from a theory to practice. And as Leslie mentioned, our next speaker will give you a first-hand look at exactly how we develop these skills. Everyone, please welcome Ms. Satya Redwadarat, our senior subject lead for social and business study. She will be leading a special demo class focused on the key elements of an effective presentation. Ms. Satu, over to you.
Right. Hi there, everyone. So first of all, let me just try to share my screen. Okay, yes, definitely a demo class. And let me just check if everyone can see my screen. May I ask? Yes, and I just want to make sure that I also have my chats. So yes, I would treat this like a real class, everyone. So I just want to make sure that everyone is engaging. So I'm just going to respond to everyone's in the chat as well. So yes, let's begin. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to our demonstration for our presentation skill today. And my name is Nazato, and I will be your teacher for today, right? So with presentation, we all know that confidence is key. But today, we're proving that the secret to high impact communication isn't just what you say, but how you say it, which is why we're going to learn about the delivery, speed, volume, language, and tone of voice. Let's have a look with our starter today. So for our starter, I have here the tone test for everyone. I'm going to read this statement aloud. For example, I'm really looking forward to speaking here today, but I'm going to read this twice for everyone, right? I'm going to read this twice for everyone. I want you to focus intensely. Okay, so focus intensely on my voice and listen for the subtle changes or differences. All right, are we ready, everyone? Okay, so yes, ready. Thank you. So let's begin. So the first reading, okay? Listen to my voice. I am really looking forward to speaking here today. That's my first reading. I'm really looking forward to speaking here today. Second, I'm really looking forward to speaking here today. I'm really looking forward to speaking here today. My question to you, everyone, what did you instantly learn about my actual feeling in the first reading versus the second? Can you let me know in the chat, please? We have that sounds sad and upset in the first one, and it seems exciting in number 2. Anyone else? They are plain tone. The tone of voice is higher at 2 the second time, and it sounds really looking forward to it. Yeah. The second one sounds more lively, not monotone. It sounds like you're actually looking forward to speaking today, Miss. Yes, it does sound monotone for the very first one. All right. Yes, exactly, everyone. So now you learn, okay, that tone actually dictates credibility. That subtle shift, okay, can prove that your vocal instrument, prove that it's much more powerful than the words you choose. This difference is what separates a forgettable presentation from a powerful one. And today we'll focus on controlling, okay, we're going to focus on controlling our speed and tone of voice. We're going to focus on this. So how are you feeling, everyone? Are we 1, not confident, or are we 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, very confident? 4, 3, 5? Yes. Oh, I see. A lot of you are very confident and confident. All right. So not to worry if you're not, because we are going to move towards that goal together. All right. So wonderful. Let's have a look at the first stop. So we have speed control, everyone. Why pacing is power? Now I want you to imagine right now okay? This session, right? Imagine you are asked to step on stage to deliver a speech. Can you tell me what happens when we get nervous, everyone? What happens when we get nervous? You have to step up. What happens? Any idea? And let me just see over the chats. Hot face. You're feeling embarrassed. You forget all the things in your head. Yes, that is correct. So some people can stutter. Some people, minds goes blank. Personally, I actually forget your lines. Oh, yes, relatable. Yes, you can forget your script. You're gonna be a bit nervous, right? A bit scared. Oh no, you feel like almost fainted. That is correct. So everyone is going to focus on you, okay? So yes, that is correct, okay? When we go up, those are all the things that can happen. Everyone has different ways that could happen when they are asked to deliver a speech. Now, most often, when we get nervous, everyone, we do accelerate. We speak fast. We rush things. We can cram words together as well, okay? But in presentations, okay, remember that pacing is power, okay? Pacing is power. That cramming words, that rushing sounds and make us less credible. All right. So that is the first thing that I will teach you today, which is yes, we are not here, everyone, to win a tongue twister contest. There's no contest here. Speaking too fast causes our words to merge and make your entire message unclear and less professional. Just look at this, for example, right? Peter Pepper, pick a pecker, pick a pepper. Look at that. How do I sound when I try to speak fast? I can't even pronounce this sentence correctly. Okay, we are not rappers here. Let's take pacing. Okay, so pacing. Yes. So we have here, for example, let's say if you take it slow, okay, take it slow. So Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper pick. Now you can, all right, now you can read them clearly. All right. And let's have a look at the next one. That is why, remember everyone, pausing is one of your most powerful tools. It shows that to the audience that you are in control. Remember that also a pause is not a sign of fear. It shows you and it is a sign of confidence. Yes, it is true. Yes. Yes, so please do not be afraid to pause, okay? So if we look at analogy, everyone, it's like your racing car. You know, you drive, right? You drive, you accelerate. You know that you need to accelerate on straightaways. But when you have the corners, right, you must brake. Okay, you must brake. You need to pause in this case when you go into crucial corners or key points. So that is where you need to pause so that you can deliver maximum impact to your audience. All right. So please remember that. So now you learn one thing, which is the art of pause. Yes, how to pause correctly. We are going to have a look at that in just a little bit. Okay, in just a little bit. We'll definitely have a look. But here it's still, I'll show you a tip for everyone. Yes, speed is required for impact, but remember, please slow down when delivering key statistics or conclusion to allow the audience time to absorb the information. If you notice, I keep on looking at the chats just to make sure that are you following me? Am I talking fast? Right? So you can use this brief pause before your most important statement to command attention. All right, so let me see. So I have Ananya asking how to pause correctly. Let's have a progress check on this. Okay, remember that with speed, okay, everyone, never rush the money shot, right? We will teach you precisely where to place those power pauses with this activity. So I have here a statement. Okay, I want you to add slashes to identify where to pause. Okay, to identify where to pause. For example, the statement is, our new software cuts development time by 30% and reduce your cost by 15%. That's why this investment will pay itself in 6 months. Okay, so where can you put these slashes, everyone? Where can you put the slashes to make sure that you are using those pauses? I'm going to share here. There you go in the chats. You can copy paste my text. And can you let me know where would you put those slashes in that sentence? Go ahead. I'll give you 1 minute. I see. There you go. Thank you so much for sharing. So go ahead and copy paste my text right there and just add slashes where you think you should pause. So we have there, we have our new software cuts development time by 30% and reduces your cost by 15%. That's why this investment will pay for itself in 6 months. That's actually very good. Yeah, that's actually very good. So a clap for you. Yes. You have to pause. Yes. The last pause. Yes, you can be quick. Another, let me see, just pause for yes, 2 to 4 seconds, for example. That's a very good example. Aru, with another practice, yes. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so you should pause when you have a time to make sure that they listen. And this is when, especially you're delivering, okay, you're delivering a statement for a business, right? So you have to sound confident. You have to pause when it matters. Good practice, everyone. So that is, again, the art of pausing. Are we okay, everyone? Before we look at the second tip that I can give you. Thank you for the crystal clear. Wonderful. So let's have a look at the second one, shall we? There we go. Second is tone, everyone. This is where we are going to turn our speech into music. Remember when I read for our starter just now? Most of you identify that, oh, monotone, right? It's flat, it's predictable, and it can be a bit boring too, which is why we need tone. Okay, so tone, everyone, is the vocal instrument you play. It's your pitch and inflection. So here is some terms, key terms that you need to know in your presentation skills. Pitch. Pitch means is how high or low your voice is. Again, is how high or low your voice is. What is inflection? Inflection is simply when your voices change its pitch. It's the rising and falling of your voice. Again, rising, falling of your voice. So it stops your voice from being a flat line. So try to avoid monotone as much as possible. Let's have a look, okay? Looking at our vocal variety, let's change our monotone to motivation. So remember, tone is usually required for persuasion. That is why you have to vary your pitch to match your message. You need to use a serious, slightly lower pitch for challenging news or any important data. For example, here you can have, while our Q3 revenue growth was flat and we experienced a 12% increase in operational costs, we have already initiated the necessary plan to stabilize our margins by year end. Can you hear that? Year end, right? So I'm going with a lower pitch for the year end. So that will show that you are delivering serious data. Let me just have a look at the chats. All right. So that's one practice. Or you can use a higher, more energized pitch when you want to share a vision. So with a vision, it's something that you want to work towards. You want to make sure everyone has the same idea as well. So an example, for example, here we can have, if we work together and focus on these skills, we're going to triple our success and redefine what's possible for every student in this room. Can you hear my pitch just now, everyone? So I focus on success, redefine every student in this room. All right? So your volume should be clear. It should be slightly elevated. You need to project your enthusiasm and confidence that you believe in this vision. So you want to make sure everyone else also believes in your vision. All right, that's good. Okay. So if you have any further questions, you can always put in the chats, all right, for our lesson. That is why, okay, varying your tone, it makes your speech sound like music. I'm pretty sure everyone here listens to music, right? You have your different favorite artists, for example. Just like a music, it does keep the audience engaged and emotionally connected. So the analogy, everyone, is like an orchestra conductor. So your voice must act like the conductor. Remember, if you only play one pitch, for example, you're just playing the flute, that's it. The music can be dull. You need the deep resonance of the cello, for example, and high energy of violin to make your speech a full composition. Right? So please do practice that high and lows and your pitch. Are we okay, everyone, before we look at another activity? All right, thank you. Yep. Thank you for the reactions as well. Wonderful. So my next activity is usually, okay, in class, students are allowed to use mic. We can give you the mic. We can also give you the private chats. So unfortunately for this activity, I won't be able to give you the mic, everyone. But here is just one practice progress check, okay? It's to check on tone. So I would ask the students, here we have, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all tonight? So this is the sentence that I want you to read and practice with different emotions. First, read it like you're happy. How would you sound, right? Right now you can practice it on your own, right? Then read it again. How would you sound like if you're sad reading this? And how about if you're angry? All right? Let me see. Yes. So again, these are just examples. So for example, let's say if we do sad, you can say like, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all tonight? Perhaps, yeah? Okay, so just practice that and hopefully you'll be able to nail how you sound like if you're happy, sad, or even angry. We're nearly the end of our lesson. Now, usually at the end of our lesson, we do give our students plenary. Yes, exactly. Wonder how actors or actresses use this method to act how they sound. Yes, they do practice though. They do practice. There you go. Yes. Thank you for the caps lock. I can definitely see the ladies and gentlemen with the happy. Cool. Very good. So usually we will end nearly our lessons with a plenary. So you can see here we have red, amber, green. So this is where we allow students, please can you select one question, right? So this is our differentiation. If you are red, you feel like, you are in red. So explain a complex instruction. Should you increase or decrease your speed? Okay, when explaining this, should you increase or decrease? If you are Amber, analyze how constantly using a high pitch, loud tone might damage a presenter's perceived credibility. Or if you are green, you're ready for more. Everyone, you're ready for more? Evaluate the statement. For a highly persuasive presentation, using strategic pauses is more important than using elaborate visual aids. What do you think? So in this case, yes, you can choose one question. Are you red, amber, or green? As I mentioned, usually our students are able to answer privately. So whatever their answers will be, it's going to be only the teacher can see them. So it's for more students who are to feel much more comfortable sharing only with the teachers. But unfortunately with Zoom, we can only see everyone's answer publicly, okay? But it does give us the option of chatting, messaging your teachers privately, so we can check. Okay. And I shall end my demo class with a process and challenge. So this is something that you can do optionally. It is an option for the students to try to record yourself explaining a complex, simple concept. For example, you can talk about how gravity works in just 30 seconds, right? You must use the following 3 distinct tones at some point. Number 1, instructional or serious. 2, surprise or urgent. 3, excited or visionary. Once you record that 3 times with these 3 different tones, listen back, analyze how the tone changes the meaning of the words. Okay, so this is where I would always say, students, can you please take a screenshot so you can attempt this and send them over to my email so I can give you support. And that's about it for today's lesson, everyone. So now how do we feel about learning speed and tone of voice? Can I have a last vote from everyone? How are we feeling? Are we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Still a 4? No problem. Okay, this is just a demonstration class. Obviously, if you take this class, the whole course, you'll get better. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you for the 4s and 5s. And just to show everyone, so these are the things that we will cover. All right, so it is 12 week and we have different units. So we have from introduction, planning, presentation. What we did just now was delivery. Then you have observation, questions, rhetoric, additional support, and of course, we have practice with your practical projects. All right, so ready to master the stage, everyone? If you are, then please enroll now and turn your nervousness into your strongest tool. And that's about it for the demonstration from me. Thank you so much, everyone, for your valuable time and being engaging with me in this session. I'll pass it off to my colleague.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dew, for such a fantastic demonstration of the power of effective speaking. I could see a lot of students were reflecting and really engaged with the presentation technique that was truly inspiring and really, really helpful. And parents and students, if you found the section as valuable as I did, please type yes in the Zoom chat so our guest speakers can see the impact of their input. Thank you so much. Yeah, I can see a lot of yes response in the Zoom chat. That's wonderful to see. Miss Leslie and Miss Satia, I think you can also see how much your section have resonated with everyone. Thank you so much for your attention. And once again, a big thank you to Miss Satia and Miss Leslie for your insightful sharing. Parents and students, if you have any questions for our teachers, please feel free to comment in the chat. We will return to Ms. Leslie and Ms. Satu during the Q&A section to address your question. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to see how the skills from the Nisai presentation skill course translate into real student success. Let's move on to our student sharing section. Please welcome Arush Isada Bagaskara, a dedicated student in the International GCSE U1 class. Arush will be sharing his journey after completing the presentation skill course at Nisai Global School. Arush, please go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, wait a minute, let me prepare my slide. Yeah. Okay, so good night, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will present about the presentation class and the overall image of its course. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Aru Irsyada Bagaskara, and I'm 12-year-old from Indonesia, and currently at the IGC as level year 1. I'm currently a horse rider, leader and founder of Global Education for All, owner of the Andalus Table, and love designing ship concept. Yeah. Firstly, I would like to talk about the environment at the course. First of all, it was very helpful. The teacher was very kind, helpful, and engaged with the class. For the voting, we vote on a poll. That's just one of the most engageful things in the class. Teachers are friendly, and if we cannot come to the class, we can tell, and it's okay, it's perfectly fine. And that is about the flexibility. Furthermore, you can do the class anywhere at any time. In a road trip, usually I'm on a road trip, and it is fine for me to do a presentation class or any other class in Nisai, during a road trip, in home, anywhere at any time. And the last is the dynamicity of the course. It is very fluid. It's not that monotone class where we just sit for hours. No. Usually it was 30 minutes. And we present using different slides every time. So there is no same slide for the rest of the class for the rest of the years. Next, I would like to talk about the class. There is many impressive things I could say about the class, which includes the quality of teaching from the teacher, the skill of the mentor, the teachers, and the method of teaching. First of all, the quality of teaching. The teacher delivers a lesson that is very easy for us to understand. If we does not understand, we can either email them, ask on the public chat, or ask on the private chat. So we can be private, so we does not get embarrassed if we would like to ask. Second one is the the second one is the skill of the mentor. Of course, the mentor is very skilled and can teach us about a lot of things, about presentations, in like the tone, the slides, and it actually helps me to do a lot of things. And just spoiler, because of that class, I win a best position paper at the IMON Yogyakarta 2025. Next, there is the change that the presentation class delivers to me that still lingers around until today, and I will expect to do so for the rest of my life. It helps me present a lot of things. It boosts my confidence while speaking to the public, to the crowd, to 50 or more people, to an entire council. It can also be used in Model United Nations, which is a debate competition to win some awards. That includes the aforementioned IMO 2025 Best Position paper as the delegate of Belgium, Bandung MUN 2025 Verbal Commendation as Singapore, and also my presentation at the Global Education for All opening with a UN diplomat attending. Next, there's the changes that stays for like eternity that helps me on presentation on big events. However, there's also changes that change on how I talk, on how I present things, present my ideas, my thoughts from my mind. It helps me present better in competition. Also boosting my confidence in speaking with people, with crowd, not just like one, two people, but entire crowds. Also older people. So when I'm speaking to older people, I am full confident, not nervous, and fully without script. And lastly, if I were to give one message that I would share to all of you, I have one. Don't rush. Things take process. To master the art of presentation, talking to the public, I need years to master it. And Nisai helps me to do that in providing this kind of event for me to present to you, providing me with courses for me to train, and giving helpful feedback from me. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much. And if you want to contact me, email me at arishada@gmail.com. Thank you very much. That's all I would like to speak for today.
Thank you so much, Eric, for sharing your journey with us. It's truly inspiring to hear how you have applied this skill in your academic work, projects, and personal life as well. We're very proud of your progress. Dear parents and students, so far we have had an insightful journey through the Nisai mission, the growing importance of presentation skill, a practical demo class, and an impactful sharing from one of our students. Now it's time to address your question as we move on into the Q&A section. Parents and students, please feel free to post your question in the Zoom chat. And again, please ensure your Zoom display name is updated to your real name. This will help us respond to your question and connect with you more effectively for any further discussion. Thank you. Yes, we've already received some questions from our audience, and I would like to start by directing the first question to Ms. Leslie. Hi, Miss Leslie. My child has a special learning needs. He loves expressing his thoughts, but often struggles to communicate with them clearly. How can the presentation techniques taught in this course help support my child?
Thank you for your question. Yes, it's wonderful that your child has so many thoughts that they would like to share, and I would say that this course is definitely invaluable because it helps any student, regardless of their background, regardless of their barriers that they may have, to help structure their ideas and thoughts. It helps to give them confidence. There's a lot of structure and emphasis on giving structure to speak within the course and organizing their thoughts, so they learn to separate their points into more sort of fluid, digestible sections, and gives a concrete framework that really helps reduce the struggle of what they have when they get that kind of struggle of what are they going to say next. So this course can really help with that. Our teachers are very adaptable within the lesson to help any student with any learning needs, and we're very experienced in doing that and creating that welcoming, nurturing environment. So I really do think that the course would help your child.
Yes, thank you for sharing your expertise on that, Miss Leslie. And the next question, I would like to pass it for Mr. Teal. Mr. Teal, after completing the course, can my child join a school club or a community to continue practicing their presentation skills?
All right, so yes, that's a very good question. So after completing the course, can your child join a school club or community? So that's highly encouraged, everyone. So the course actually give the students the core skills, giving them like a significant head start. So we have the structure, the delivery techniques, and also the confidence It's to jump straight into a school debate club, for example, perhaps, or even a drama group or any youth speaking community. So we'll definitely love to see that our graduates from the presentation skills to take that next step further.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Tu. I think your answer is perfectly clarifies the boy. And the next one, also for you, my child is quite shy and currently at a basic English level. Will he be able to follow the course?
All right. So yes, that is a very fair concern. Now, the short answer is they do must meet kind of like a minimum of CFR B1. We're looking at the CFR B1 English proficiency level. This is to make sure that they are able to successfully succeed in the lessons and to just follow with the course as well. So the course do covers like advanced concept like rhetoric, that will be delivered in the week 9, for example. But even if with basic English level, right, the students can join our dedicated CFR English courses first to build their language proficiency, or even join both courses of presentation and also taking CFR at the same time. So I do highly recommend that. And once they do reach that B1 level, they'll be fully equipped to grasp the presentation techniques. As for shyness, so again, as Leslie has already mentioned, right? So the class is going to be kept small. There's only a maximum of 15 students. It's an online setting. It's there to actually create that supportive, low pressure environment. And since it's online, there's also perhaps no camera required. Okay, so you can focus solely on perfecting your voice, okay, and message and building confidence week by week. So that's what we're offering.
Thank you, Miss Leslie. I think that we have a very holistic approach and also a very diverse way to approach our student, right? Yeah, so we can also offer them a lot of English course like CFR or presentation skill, all the things that they can take to have a basic English level to advanced level. Yes, and the next question I would like to ask Miss Leslie. Yes, we have 2 points in the question. On average, how many students are there in each presentation class? And second, after completing the course, will my child presentation skill really improve and be applicable to their schoolwork, such as presenting a project or taking part a debate section?
Thank you. That's brilliant questions there. So as Zatel previously said, our lessons, our class size is no more than 15. So we have very small class sizes, which mean that the teacher can really focus on each individual student. We really get to know them. And that also helps us to focus on their strengths and help them to make progress as well. So within the class, and they have got the opportunity to get support outside of class as well. They get that feedback and help to make that progress. In terms of how this can help a child at school, as I said earlier, these presentation skills class really is designed to help build confidence as well as speaking skills. Often a child might have very good English, to be honest, but they might just lack that confidence to actually speak in public. So this helps them prepare for that. It doesn't just look at sort of like body language and tone and everything like that as well. We also talk about how to deal with nerves, little techniques that you can do. So what we do is we typically find that students do grow in confidence by the end of the course, and often they will report that they are much more confident to do things within their school life as well, like you're saying, present to a group of their peers or present a school project, give a talk. And a lot of the time they also find that they are more confident in even starting that course, because sometimes it can be a little bit nerve-wracking if a student gets asked to do something, but we find that students have more confidence to even go about to start that. So it can be really wonderful and really empowering for the students to do this presentation course.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Leslie, for that such a detailed answer. I think confidence is to speak is really important, right? And we believe that we not only give them the lesson to practice, but also the environment and the peer and the mentor to for them to raise their confidence to speak. Yes. And the next question I would like to direct to Miss, sorry, to Aru. Aru, are you here now, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, the student asks you that after completing the class, what aspect of your presentation skill do you feel you have improved the most?
Okay, to me there is a lot that improved, but the one that improved the most is my confidence in speaking to the public. It takes years and a lot of competitions to masters. I need to do a lot of speeches in events and events, and the Nisai course helps me better in doing in help in my confidence because we are like every week we are having a speech to each other. We are talking to each other to other students compared to a competition where we are having a speech to people. There are a lot, but it's like once in a month or so. But the presentation course we can do it weekly. That's the thing.
Yes, thank you so much. It's very motivational to know that. And the next question I'd like to direct to Ms. Satil. Yes. Is there a presentation competition or a final showcase at the end of the course where student can earn a certificate?
Okay, yes. So usually, yes, obviously there is a fantastic finale, everyone. So if you see from the course that I've shown just now, at week 11, 12, we actually have that practical project. So from what we have learned, that we have covered the first 10 weeks together, you are asked to showcase your the things that you have learned in class. So it is not a competition, okay? It is not a competition. So it's non-competitive. It's like a celebratory event where the students can present their polished work. So every student who complete that full 12-week course and deliver their final presentation will also receive an official certificate of completion, right? So it's to recognize your achievement. So that's towards the end, you will receive a certificate.
Yes, thank you so much for clarifying that. And the next question I would like to ask Ms. Leslie. Hi, Ms. Leslie. In terms of English skill, what level will be appropriate to get more from this presentation workshop? For example, TOEFL primary should be better.
Sorry, I
Can I?
missed the
Yes,
start of that.
yes. Can I repeat? Yeah, okay. In terms of English skill, what level will be appropriate to get more from this presentation workshop? For example, TOEFL primary should be better.
Yeah, so as Satel said when she was presenting, we do have kind of a baseline for English skills to get the most out of the course, which is we typically say to have a minimum of CFR B1 to do the course and to succeed successfully in the lesson. But the students are obviously practicing their English skills within the presentation skills course, but what they will also find is that it will also provide further proficiency in their own native language because they're building that confidence, and that confidence will see them through in their own native language as well as in their English skills that they're building within the presentation course. So I would say if your child is currently at a very basic English lesson level, it would be probably better for them to join the dedicated CFR courses first and build up their knowledge and skills and their language proficiency before actually doing the presentation course. So once they reach that B1 level, they'll be much more fully equipped to actually grasp all of the different techniques that we talk about. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you so much. And parents and students, if you would like to know more detail about any aspect you are concerning about the course, please feel free to leave your contact and our team will reach out to you as soon as possible for further discussion. Thank you. The next question, I'd like to pass it for Mr. Till. Mr. Till, what kind of practical activities will students get to do during the lesson?
All right, so for the practical activities, it's very highly practical. So our course is very highly practical. It's very hands-on. We do have that session every weekly. It is going to be 1 hour session per week. So we focus on powerful verbal communication and also organization skills here. So some of the activities that could be included is just like our demo just now is the vocal delivery drills, right? We're gonna focus on adjusting our speed, the art of pauses, our volume, our tone. Okay, those are practiced verbally. And if you see with the progress check, I did ask, unfortunately, in the demo, I cannot ask anyone to turn on the mic. So that's actually one of the practical session. So you would use the mic and read certain sentences using the tones. But also, even if we cannot use the mic all the time, but we are going to use, of course. There are other things that we are going to do. For example, your PLC, you can always send your processing challenges, your audio feedbacks, for example, and then your teachers will be able to give you a much more detailed feedback on the way you use and apply what we have learned in class. And then there could also be, for example, impromptu speaking, right? So just very fun, very short, verbal only exercise practice. So quick thinking, such as, for example, let's have a 2-minute talk. What's going on today? What do you want to share today? So it can be like just a random topic that we can talk about just to practice, right? And of course, with presentation skills, it's not just the way we deliver, but we also need to look at the slides, the content that we cover. Is it fitting for our audience? What kind of audience are we looking at? Is it adults? Is it children? So there's also that organizations that we are going to have and focus on making our slides or content more engaging. All right, so those are the things we're going to start from planning, looking at the content, then delivering, and also lastly, you'll be able to present your own presentation.
Thank you so much. As Ms. Zaki mentioned in this event, as we see that the middle class, so we could not turn on the mic, but I think in the course there will be a lot of exciting activity that is away ahead, right? Yes. So before we wrap up, let's take the final question to Ms. Leslie. If my child has never done a public speaking before and isn't very confident in communicating, would this course still be suitable for her?
Thank you again for your question. Yes, of course, it's very much suitable for your child. It's the perfect starting line for public speaking, provided they have the initial sort of B1 English levels baseline. They should be perfectly able to take part in the course and help build their confidence. We focus very heavily on preparation and the whole process. So by about week 2, we start, managing nerves, breaking down the task into more simple steps. We work with the student to help them do that and give them clear guidance. We give them a very clear roadmap. And within week 3, which is when students start to look at the structure, they also get provided with very useful language tools. And it's a very safe, structured approach, which really does help to build confidence.
So also brings us to the end of the Q&A section today, and our time for the Q&A slide has concluded. If you have any question and your question have not been answered, please drop them along with your contact details in the chat box, and our team will reach out to you personally. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely hope that today's event has offered you a clearer understanding of our programs, our commitment to developing essential soft skills, including presentation skills we have focused on today, and most importantly, the holistic pathway we support our students. Before the event officially ends, we would greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to fill in our feedback form. Your thoughts really help us improve at our future events. And a special thank you to our esteemed guest speaker for your valuable contribution and for addressing questions from parents and students. And we also would like to extend our gratitude to each of you for participating in today's event. Wishing you all a wonderful time ahead. Goodbye, and we look forward to seeing you again at our next events.